Reactive Training Systems.
Hey everyone, how's it going? Ross Lipley here, one of the assistant coaches with Reactive Training Systems. We got some questions the other day about how to mentally approach heavy weights and how to properly use visualization and self-talk to assist with that approach. So one of the first things that I find important that I really like to do in this approach to attacking heavy weights is that it's exactly the same that I do in any other weights. The idea is that training is this process, and it's just a display of this process. And it's important to develop that process in a repeatable manner. So when we look at this process that's being displayed and we develop this process, the idea here is that we remain focused on the process. And the process ought to remain the same no matter what. Nothing else really matters when we remain focused on that process. If the process of the execution of the lift is the same, whether you got 100 pounds on the bar or you got 500 pounds on the bar, it doesn't matter. The process of the execution remains the same. So if we can dial in on that and develop that repeatable process and remain focused on that process, we're going to help remove a lot of that intimidation that can come with more weight stacking on the bar. One of the other things that's true here is that the more that we talk, write, or think about something, the more likely it is for that something to occur. So it's imperative to our success as lifters that we talk, write, and think about success and successful lifts. So in terms of visualization, we need to make sure, like visualization, I look at that as that's part of like the thinking, right? That's what we're seeing, that's what we're thinking about. So we must visualize success. We must see only successful lifts. We must see them exactly how we want them to go and exactly how we want to perform them. It can take a little bit of practice. A lot of people I hear like, oh, I can't see making the lift, so I just stop and I don't do it. And it's like, I get that. We got to take our time with it. And an approach that I think is effective in learning how to develop positive visualization is that you have to do it when you're in a good mood. And you can do that and practice that away from the actual training of lifting itself. You don't have to do it right before you're going out to grab the bar. You can do it during the middle of the day. And you're like, oh man, I'm in such a good mood today. The sun's shining bright. It's a great day. So that's a great time to take a moment to practice some of that visualization and bringing success into that visualization. If you start to work on that visualization and you see failure or lack of success in the lifts, stop, restart, bring some positive energy to your thought process, and start over. It takes time, it takes a little practice, so stick with it, and those visualization skills will build and snowball. As far as the self-talk, I'm a huge proponent in building mantras to say to yourself as you are preparing for the lift. A mantra should include a couple of different key themes and principles to it. It should be something that invokes positivity. It should be something that is repeatable and instills confidence. It should take maybe what your perceived weakness is of the lift and speak it into a strength. And it should bring you some excitement. All of that should also be words that resonate with you. So, for example, if you've ever seen myself compete, you'll see me talking as I'm walking up to the bar. Like I'm just repeating my mantra, like just staying in that process of repeating my mantra. And I repeat it before every top single and before every training down volume set. So it's repeatable. I have it memorized. I love to squat. I squat with consistency. I trust my process. I am fast and tactful. My hips work for me. Fuck yeah. So speaking positivity, I love squats. It's building confidence and repeatability with I squat consistently and I trust my process. It's speaking what were perceived weaknesses as far as my descent speed. I am fast and tactful and my hip shift, my hips work for me, and it invokes excitement. Fuck yeah, let's go. It's time to go. It's time to make the lift. So those are some key principles to that mantra, and it can be whatever you need it to be. Build it for yourself, build it with words that resonate for you and are applicable to you and your individual needs of your lift. Write it down, print it out, whatever. Have it where you can apply it effectively in your training. You want to be able to read it out loud the first several times. Literally read it out loud as you're getting ready for that lift. And then as it becomes second nature and you have it memorized, then you can just say it out loud. And then as you know it, you don't have to necessarily say it so out loud. But I do feel it is important that we say it out loud, particularly in the beginning, as that really starts to ingrain that success. And it really starts to build that. The more we talk and write and say something, the more we are to create that something. So it's all a matter of using that to create what we want in the lifts. So hopefully you all find that very helpful and successful in your approaches to attacking some of those heavier weights. We'll see you next time.
Reactive Training Systems.